first time I visited a Frauenarzt or gynecologist in Germany, I got the shock of my life. Before this, I had never undergone a pelvic exam. You know, the one where you are naked from the waist down. And the doctor checks everything. This never happened to me in India, because when I was growing up, it was not very common for young women to visit a gynecologist unless they were sick. In many societies, including India, the woman's body often represents honor, and so it must be covered and protected. This practice often stems from religious rules. That's why, when I went to a gynecologist in India, I was not given a pelvic exam. The doctor asked me if I was sexually active, and back then, I couldn't dare talk about it as an unmarried woman. This is a sign that premarital sex is a taboo in my home country. But here in Germany, I had the chance to confront my taboo. As a matter of fact, what exactly is a taboo?
Man kann ein Tabu als Mussnorm beschreiben, also als ein normatives Konstrukt, was Dinge in einer Gesellschaft regelt oder in einer Gruppe, die zu diesem Tabu dazugehört. Das Ganze ist mit Sanktionen belegt. Handle ich einem Tabu zuwider, werde ich automatisch bestraft. Und Tabus haben häufig eine identitätsstiftende Funktion und die Wirkweise rund um ein Tabu basiert im Grunde auf dem psychologischen Phänomen, dass Menschen nicht ausgeschlossen werden wollen und nicht bestraft werden wollen, sondern dazugehören wollen.
Almost all societies across the world have their own sets of taboos due to their diverse histories. Some are found in more than one part of the world, like infertility, menstruation, or homosexuality. And others are more local in nature, like the German taboo of being too openly patriotic. But we will come to that later. By the way, did you know that the Germans, who usually do not blink once before sitting naked in a sauna, used to have strong taboos about premarital sex, which they don't anymore. Today, it is very normal for people in Germany to be sexually active without marriage, and most Germans have sex for the first time in their lives before they legally come of age at 18. Nowadays, people live together as a family and have children without feeling the pressure of marriage. This has a lot to do with the declining influence of the church here. After World War II, more than 90% of the Germans were members of either the Catholic or the Protestant church. Now, this number has almost halved. This change in society is also evident in the controversial issue of abortion. In Germany, abortion is not yet fully decriminalized, and it is permitted only with exceptions. Let's have a look at a few key moments in German history that helped the society to come to terms with this sensitive topic. In the 60s, women's roles extended beyond the household, and new opportunities opened up for them in the society and economy. And pregnancies could then be planned better once birth control pills were available, which the Germans call anti-baby-Pille. Yeah, the name is a bit weird, I agree. But that's typical of the German language, direct and no space for confusion. Also, can we take a moment to recognize how impactful the 1971 Stern magazine cover was? 374 women publicly acknowledging wir haben abgetrieben, meaning we have had an abortion. That's enough throwback. How big of a taboo is abortion today? Let's ask some Germans.
Ich finde schon, dass das noch ein riesen Tabuthema ist, wo auch extrem in die Rechte der Frauen eingegriffen wird.
Es wird, glaube ich, mehr darüber geredet, aber es ist immer noch in bestimmten Kreisen ein Tabuthema, ja.
In Deutschland würde ich sagen, nein.
Es ist ein sehr vielschichtiges Thema, über das es viel zu reden gibt.
You see, despite Germany having one of the lowest rates of abortion in Europe, the taboo around this is still very real, and the debate is not yet closed. Only recently, in 2022, the controversial paragraph 219a of the Strafgesetz or criminal law was scrapped. This Nazi-era law had prevented medical professionals from disclosing information about their abortion services. Now, more change could be on the way. A commission is looking into the question of whether abortion itself should soon be decriminalized.
Und diesmal wird in Expertenkreisen eben auch davon ausgegangen, dass es vielleicht am Ende einen substanziellen Wandel geben kann, eben tatsächlich auch mit der Begründung, dass die Macht der Kirche und der Rückhalt in der Bevölkerung für kirchliche Deutungen zurückgegangen ist.
Another taboo, politics. Between 1949 and 1990, the two states of East and West Germany existed side by side, but the people there were living very different lives. In the east was the German Democratic Republic or the GDR. On the west, the Federal Republic of Germany. The GDR was a communist-led state, while the west followed the liberal principles of Western democracy. The different political systems and narratives led to drastically different political taboos in these two countries. For example, in East Germany, it was very dangerous to criticize the regime. You could go to prison for this, or worse. And in West Germany, any display of national pride or Nationalstolz was considered taboo. This has historical reasons. The misuse of the idea of national pride had been a major factor in the Nazis' rise to power. After Germany's defeat in World War II, a new awakening of this pride was to be prevented at all costs. In both German states, talking about the involvement of family members in the Second World War or the Holocaust was avoided for many years. Thankfully, that has changed in the last decades. But is that all? Or are there more taboos in Germany?
Thema Religion ist immer noch so ein bisschen ein dünnes Eis manchmal.
Sexuelle Orientierung war schon so ein Tabuthema und das ist eigentlich ganz schön, dass das heutzutage in der Gesellschaft ein bisschen anders ist.
Irgendwie Gesundheitsthemen oder so könnte ich mir vorstellen.
Gleichberechtigung ist auch noch ein ganz schwieriges Thema.
Depression, finde ich, ist auch einer der Themen, wo sich viele nicht trauen, das einfach mal auszusprechen.
Das Thema Geld ist einfach noch ein Tabuthema, weil da zu wenig drüber gesprochen wird.
Oh yes, money. Germans usually don't like to discuss their income with others. So if you want to make small talk, maybe you should avoid this question. Which is a big contrast for me, because Indians never hesitate to discuss the paycheck at all. As people move from one society to another, like I did, the taboos we carry from our homes meet new taboos in foreign lands. That makes life even harder, but that should not stop us from trying, right? One step at a time. Which taboos are there in your country? Share your experiences in the comments below.